Welcome to EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like, subscribe. Hope you enjoy. This video is... I saw Nick Shabazz make a video about thankfulness, Thanksgiving time, and I figured I would add into that, and apparently the cat is also, if you're hearing the meowing. So thank you for watching, and hit the thumbs up button. I saw Nick Shabazz do a video, and I don't even know if it was from this year, now that I think about it, but it was about giving thanks. You know, it's Thanksgiving time, and I'm not thankful for my low power. No, this isn't a video about what I'm not thankful for. It's a video about what I am thankful for. And no, it's not all about knives. Without any doubt, my family and my special daughter especially, not my special, okay, my family and my daughter, who's my whole world. I'm thankful to old friends, new friends, health, getting back on my feet after being pretty much disabled, starting back into a hobby again, something I actually enjoy. These two are from Rick Kearns. I've been showing them off quite a bit, so if you do follow the videos, you're probably pretty up to date. And then I just threw my stuff in my pockets out. In fact, I still have something else. It was in my left pocket. I forgot about it. Fisher Space Pen. I usually end up having two pens. Well, the Fisher one is like always in the slip, so it's always there, and then I try to grab this one when I know I want a pen. And then these two are off to the side. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Just these kind of, I guess, are my more special occasion knives at this point. You know, if I had a wedding or a funeral or something to go to, unfortunately or fortunately, it would be one of these two. They just, I think they're my classier knives at this point in my collection, and the cat just jumped up. Okay, so I put those off to the side just so I didn't scratch them, and then this one's Rick's, and I love it. I can't get over the pop. It's so stunningly sharp. I do see one person mentioned, what was it that he said? I'm drawing a blank on what he said now, but he had something, he had a point and I wanted to address it, but I guess I can't right now. You know, the jimping on the bottom here is super well done. It's meaningful, you know, it doesn't let you slip up onto the blade. I love that it comes with a sharpening choil. It's basically the Para 3 in shape. It's definitely slicey. It's a great little EDC knife, and you could cut your apple with it or do whatever. It's made of D2. Anyway, this is in a review. Not yet, but I do love the 3/4 stop, because even if you got past the spring and your thumb power and the pressure of pushing when you're cutting, theoretically, I don't, you know, and it comes back, like, you're gonna get a loud pop and a half stop, well, a 3/4 stop, and that's well before your, you know, where the meat of your fingers are anyways. You know, my hand size, I'm back here. I'm sure with a big hand, you'd probably be more like three-handed, or three-fingered. And if you popped back, you're gonna have that stop, and it's trustworthy. I wouldn't put my fingers in front of it if I didn't try it 1,000 times, and not 1,000 times, but whatever. Anyways, I'm thankful for my Apple Watch. I'm thankful for my Spidey Chef. Technically a birthday present at this point, but it's you know, I love Rick's knives, but I gotta focus on mine too. And this was my big piece for the, I guess, so my biggest so far, really, as far as retail goes. especially considering most of what you see, and there are things that aren't out, were gifts from special people in this community who have in all ways in different ways become friends virtually through this community that we call EDC, and it's pretty cool, I have to say. It's kind of neat to meet these people from around the world. Whatever. Anyways, I'm thankful for the whatever it is, 100 and maybe 60 on the hoping side. People who have followed me. I mean, I didn't know if 10 people would be interested in what I'm doing or what I have to say, and there's over 100 of you that are. I mean, I've done a giveaway. I feel like, that I'm thinking about one person listening to what I'm saying, and maybe there's possibly 160 of you listening to what I'm saying. I'm thankful for that. I don't need to have 20,000 followers to be thankful. This knife is a tool. It's very special. If you need a knife for a day's work, I mean work, this is a knife for you. This is 100% a tool that spared no expense as far as the fidget factor is concerned, so listen to that. It's obviously ergonomic. It fits in hand wonderfully, especially for people with larger hands. I'm not trying to stereotype, but the typical person that's going to want this knife is probably got big hands. Just saying. It's got this cool ribbing on it. It is like, bam, USA made. Freeman. The owner's name is Jeff Freeman. It seems like a very cool company. I've talked to 2 people now that have owned them, and I'm holding one. This is from Rick Kearns, as you probably know. I'm very thankful for him to send this along. I'm thankful for that lanyard hole at the end. Oh, God. It's a really good knife, and I just wanted to be clear about that when I say it's not for me. It's a great knife. I mean, I could see all kinds of different professions, from police officer to the military to construction to a thousand other things in between. I'm just trying to name the extremes, really, where this would be like a Grail level knife between their cost and the comfort and the fit and finish and the blade and the quality and the USA made. But one thing, first thing that I just can't get past, I don't like the feeling. I just don't like the feeling. There's like this, it's powder coated feeling, and it's just not for me. It's like nails against a chalkboard for me. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's like maybe some of you when you hear styrofoam or cotton balls. I just can't. It like freaks me out. So I know that's a crazy reason not to like the knife, but it truly is one reason why. I just don't like the way it feels, and I'm just trying to be honest. So while I say it's amazing, it's a certain person's tool, and I see like this could be a professional person's Grail knife. That's how I feel about it. Or anyone that just likes it, You don't have to be those positions to want it or like it. I'm just saying, like, those were the extremes that came to mind for people who could actually put a use to some tool like this. This I could trust. It's well made. It's well crafted. It's solid. It's nice to go in and out of pocket. Because of the weight, you have some grab room. The hook, obviously in pocket, that's the one thing. It goes in your pocket kind of neutrally. It does have that one thing as far as holding, that's another story. But going into your pocket, the edge is kind of a neutral looking edge. And then this hook, is a pocket pack, what I'm trying to say. So there is that. But that's nitpicking really, because the person that gets this is going to want this, and when you get this because you want this, you're going to love this. And if that makes sense to you, you're going to want to get it, and you're going to want to get it whenever you can afford it, because it's a great tool, and I can tell you it is. It's just not for me. I love the fidget factor. I would not mind owning one. I would be in my collection if it were mine, for sure. It's beautiful, you know. I don't like the screws, but again, the person who gets this isn't really gonna care. I don't think. I shouldn't say that. That's really, maybe they do care. Who knows? I'm pointing out the screws. You may or may not care. I think that anyone will appreciate the lock, whether it's for fidget or actual use. I think that people will appreciate the manual aspect, where it's able, you know, it's nice and open design, so it can be cleaned if needed, and it can be cleaned kind of on the fly. Once again, if I apologize for the way I'm talking, half my mouth is not working. I have a bad tooth. I need to see a dentist. Our health system has been like cyber attacked, so it's taken a little longer to get to see one. Went to the hospital. I'm on antibiotics, but it's still kind of hard to talk, so I apologize if I sound funny. I say it every video, I think, just because I'm paranoid. But anyways, I love the knife. And then the rat. I mean, this is everything I expected it to be. I had never had one before. It's you know, I don't want to use it as much as I want to use it. No, that came out wrong. I don't want to use Rick's knife with the, oh God, Kiki. Sorry. I don't want to use Rick's that's been finished like this as hard as I would use. In other words, I want to buy one and see what it can do. And that's at a level that I wouldn't want to do with someone else's. But from everything I can see and what I have done with it, which is just process cardboard and break down recycling and so on, and then strop it, it's pretty much the same edge Rick has had on it. I touched it up with a strop a tiny bit after I did that. Okay, so he keeps a beautiful edge. He says this is his worker, so that tells me that this finish really does repel the look of scratches. It did have this when it came, but I'm sure Rick knows about that. That's nothing though, and that's how, you know, you get more of those and it just blends right in my opinion. It's definitely a worker. It does have a tiny bit of a late detent right there, but that's really nitpicking because this is a great quality knife for the price, and I honestly don't remember the price off the top of my head. Something tells me in the $50 range for the original, like non BJ Hill version. I think I just said version. Oh god. Yeah. So, anyways, but it almost reminds me of like a Victorinox red. It's everything I expected it to be, plus the customizations to it are outstanding. They really are. The knife, it's going to be interesting to see when I get a normal one now, because I've held this one first. You know what I mean? Spidey hole kind of is deceiving. I'm thankful to people like Chris, Jason Guilfoyle, of course, who has given me in this channel so much for giveaways and for my, for me to use and temporarily collect until I whatever and end up giving things away. A lot of my knives come and go. In fact, I'm not talking about a giveaway quite yet, because I'm gonna wait for another subscriber mile marker. But well, I can't find it right now. Oh man, look at some Ganzos. See, I haven't played with some of these in a while now. I did a video on this one, fixing the detent. It's still a little lazy, but it's way better than it was. This came from Power Cutlery. That's where I would go for anything Ganzo. It's in the U.S. And the guy, I believe the owner is John, and he is a good guy. Tell him I said hello. Maybe he'll give you a discount. I doubt it. Ask. Um, I have no problem with Ganzo as a collector that's coming in. I understand the controversy that existed with them in the past. I get how past feelings might have been about them, but coming into it at the stage that I'm at, it's I'm not concerned about Ganzo. Ganzo is a great knife for someone who just wants a knife. Ganzo's an excellent entry level knife. That's how I got some knives to start with, and that's still really a lot of my primary collection. Um, you know, my daughter says that when she thinks of me, I guess she thinks of this one or something like that. I think that was the question I asked her, and I don't ever use this. I only have it for almost a fluke because I don't really like the orange, but I fixed a small problem with it, and it's been in my collection since. The second my daughter, of course, says something about it, it makes it something I have to hold on to for a while, at least until she says she changes her mind, which fortunately for me is often. So I love my traditionals, and think of all the tradition that's gone into that. I talk about thankful. All the knife makers and users over the years. Here's another Ganzo. I love the FH31. I really do. It's, this is my Tucson 195 holdover knife. If you don't watch the channel, that's the model knife that I want. This is what's holding its place. That's another way I use Ganzo. Just showing you. But I do actually like this knife for what it is, especially at the price you can get it. Chinese made from from an American retailer, though. I don't get anything for mentioning them. I just like the guy. He's been great to me, and I'm just telling you where I buy these. This was one of the highest end knives I bought at one point, not very long ago. I'm thankful for the crowd that's kind of let me come in. I'm not an expert at this yet. I've come from the kitchen side of things, and I have absolutely no kitchen knives out here because I don't care about them so much anymore. I quickly got into hand knives or pocket knives, and just, So I'm just perpetuating the good thanks, and I thought that it was really nice that he put something up just showing what he was thankful for, and I wanted to put up a video mentioning how thankful I am for all kinds of things, not knife related, but being that we're on a knife related channel, I'm showing you off the knives and mentioning that I'm thankful for those too. I'm thankful to Lee, Love Them Knives, helping me out anytime I have a question, because I love talking about knives, and there's not that many people around me that love talking about knives. But maybe, that's what I think I was trying to say earlier. I'm not going to sell necessarily knives for cash. Maybe I will, because but use that money towards other knives. There's a few that were given to me, so I'm trying not to. There's a few, like like a quick example. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but this is whatever. Here's a knife that there's like 5 or 6 knives that I'm looking that I might want to use as trade collateral, or worst case, get money for it and then use the money towards something to add to the collection. Do you think that that's fair to do if someone gave me this thing? Because, how do I say this? What stays in my collection is very weird. It's stories, it's things that end up being stuff I don't care about, but I do care about it because it has some emotional tie. That's a whole nother story that we've already talked about. But maybe it's time to collectively upgrade something. Oh, jeez. My back pocket. I'm trying to empty my pockets and show you stuff. In every pocket I check, I have another knife. One of my absolute top favorite knives. use, comfort, functionability, fidget factor, safe, reliable, dependable lock. Oh my god. Anyways, I love the PR3. I really want to change the clip, but I'm just getting back into life, really, to be honest. Not to get into a whole thing, but I got divorced and moved back home. I got misdiagnosed with something really badly and got pretty sick from it. Long story short, I'm literally just getting back on my feet, start life again, like start dabbling into at the same time as starting to look for work and more work, and beyond freelance things and here and there cash inflows. But I'm sharing the hobby with you as it grows. For gifts like this, once again from Jason Guilfoyle, I would never have had the opportunity to buy a Spyderco, even at one, and then I have a few in one that was expensive to me. I can't even remember what it came out to be honest, because I had to use like 2 different forms of credit, and this is not a sob story actually. The Manix 2, I love the scales, I love the S110V, I love the idea of it. In use, I think my hand is a little too small. I don't feel like I have, like, compared to the PR3, bam, I just know this knife and it feels right in my hand. This one, I like it a lot. I love the steel, I love the color. I know with the ball bearing system, I get it, but I think my hand is just too small. I don't manipulate it as well as I can the Para 3. Watch how often I can open it fully and close it fully. I'm just going to play with it for a minute. It really sucks having a mouth half swollen open trying to talk on YouTube, but I am bored out of my mind. It's pouring out. My daughter's not here. Corona is rampant. Cold in Vermont, and I am bored. Do you see though that I'm having to pull it in? See, okay, I got it out, I got it in, I got it out, I got it. Like when I focus on it, fine, but when I start talking, I guess this is just a very unique situation, but I can play with it. I guess the fidget factor is that important to me. It's obviously safety and those things come first, but like I enjoy the fact that I can deploy this like it's part of my hand and bring it back safely with a fidget factor, like yes, this has this lock, but it's whatever the hell the lock is called. Oh my god, that was close. Cheeky, for real. Anyways, that's why I love the steel and the color on this. Like if I could have, oh man, imagine like getting, maybe that's what I could do. I could trade out some of my knives, some of the not Rick's knives, but those are going back as soon as I'm done with them. Really, I'm gonna just do an official review video on the 3 and get them back to them. But of my knives, there are certain ones that I would be willing to go, and I know they're nothing special. They're not like some high-end commodity, but I'm sure a couple of them together, somebody might offer me something for a different knife. I just am trying to get a different knife that you guys suggest I should get. And to get that money, I'm thinking maybe I'll part with some of certain things. Some I just can't. And the funniest thing is, the ones that I just can't, except the ones that are not mine, are the ones that, again, you would think this one I wouldn't want to trade really, unless it was like really critical. It's not that it has any retail value. I mean, it's only, what is it, $25 on Power Cutlery, but because this one is special because my daughter loves it. So you would have to. I can replace it, not a big deal, and it has no big huge retail value. But maybe somebody wants. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I almost just was selling off something like this one, and I obviously love it. So this is not going to be probably something I want to get rid of. This isn't even what this video is about, really. I don't even know how I got on this topic. Guys, if you don't understand what this channel is about right now, yet, welcome to the group, because it's really just about knives. And I'm joining the journey of collecting them and doing this video. I don't even know what this is, a vlog maybe? I just want to share this with you guys because I see the passion that you guys have, a lot of you guys have, and it's amazing. And I want in. So this is what I EDC. I don't know if you can see my Leatherman over here. When I can, I bring that. In the summer, things are very different for me than in the winter. It's very cold a lot of the year, so I have multiple layers. I have coats and multiple layers of it. Where in the summer, I usually won't be carrying the Leatherman and an EDC. And plus I'll be looking for something slim, light. Um, you know, Kershaw leak, bug out. Banter, even a slip joint, depending on if I'm just around the house, whatever. But and again, I'm loving this, even for it's because of its thinness, it qualifies in that list despite its length. I'm for in my collection, excluding Rick's, I'm really loving this one. But maybe that's also because it came out of some hard-earned cash, but boy, I love the ones I got from gifts too. And the gift factor makes it so that much more special. But maybe in some cases, and maybe not this case, but maybe in some cases, I should put together like a trade package of knives of that and I don't know how much again someone's gonna care about. And somebody says, I'll give you what I don't know. I'm not going to make it up because I don't want to. I don't know. I'm just saying I could trade around with some of you guys if you would like. It would be cool to maybe collect, use a few of mine to get something better, or use them in equal trades, or get a different, get some more traditional, maybe an not an ED, a GEC, something like that. I don't know. Certain ones that I would consider what the trade was. Yeah, I would absolutely part with certain knives, depending on what the trade was. Hit me up and in my email. And if you're not, don't. No big deal. Certain knives to try to upgrade, to get different things in the collection to talk to you guys about. That's what I really like doing. I just like showing off knives, and I love the spear tip on that. I really do. It just has more on it, you know what I mean? It's not that much. Where the bug out, you kind of feel like you have a weak. Oh gosh, I'm trying to handle so many different knives. I'm going to deploy it in different ways. Where the bug, this fills the hand, and I feel like I can put more pressure on without squeezing it together. But in the summertime, when it comes down to it, whatever around. There's nothing better than just jumping on the bug out, right? I'm kind of just joining the bandwagon on what people say about that. Now that's how I feel. And I love this thing. Maybe I should just get a different model of this, the LMAX, or not LMAX, I meant to say Maximate, version of this when I trade things off. Maybe that's what I should do. One big thing where I give it, somebody wants to trade me a Maximate for like 6 knives or something. Whatever the retail values work out to be or something. I'm thinking that's the direction to go in, just to do another step into it. Or maybe I should get something more, more exclusive. I don't know. Give me some feedback down below. Where would you go from here? That's the question. That's what all of this boils into. Where do I go from where I am? So from you guys that are the more veteran people who have been here, where should I go next? Should I upgrade a model of something I love? Should I continue to look out into budget categories? Where do you think I should go from this point in my collection? My watch doesn't change really at all. It's because it's the Apple Watch. The Leatherman's been with me for a long time.
Jesus Christ, it's not like you've never eaten before.
Thanks for watching EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and have a great day.